Stop right there. Before you walk into your local auto store or order this part online, make sure you watch this first, okay? This is extremely important if you're working on the particular years of 2011 to 2015 Kia or Hyundai vehicles especially, okay? You got to be very, very careful here because you don't want to make this mistake. I'm going to save you a trip back to the auto store. I'm going to save you time, save you money. Stay tuned, check it out. Let's get this done, okay? Today, I'm working on a 2012 Kia Optima GDI. I actually ran into the customer outside of the local AutoZone. I noticed him trying to put the bulb in, and I set up a repair, and I figured I'd share with you guys. Before we jump right into the repair, I just want to go over briefly what the issue is, okay? So this vehicle does not take the standard H11, it takes the H11B. Now visually, they look almost identical. Same base, same size, but the tab on the H11B is rotated at a different position than a standard H11. That tab difference means if you try to force an H11 into an H11B socket, it physically will not lock, period. So what I'm going to go over in this repair right here, I want you to write this down. A low beam, you need an H11B, 2 of them, 1 per side. High beam, H1, 2 of them, 1 per side. I have both of the bulbs linked below. If you'd like to get the exact same bulbs I had used, feel free, links are in the description as well. Now, I had a heck of a fight with this driver's side. I could not get this light out to save my life, so we went over to the passenger side. If you don't know why mechanics do this, is because guess what? We can go ahead and evaluate the passenger side first, figure out what's going on, then move back to the driver's. You have 2 10mm bolts that hold down that overflow tank for the coolant system. You simply remove the bolts, you shift it out your way, it gives you a little easier access. Right here, you can see me removing the first H11B. We're going to get that out of our way. And then I'm going to go back over here and check out this driver's side some more to see what is going on. The reason I did this is because I start with the easier side, okay? So you can get them out, no problem. Why is the other one not letting go? Well, you're about to find out. Stay tuned. Pretty crazy why it won't let go. It's actually probably one of the first times I've experienced this on a vehicle. It's kind of confusing, and Hyundai and Kias do choose to do this a lot, but stay tuned. Check it out. Do you see how this right here is held in by the tab? Check this out. You won't believe your ass. So today I'm actually using 2 of the Sylvania Silver Star Ultras, okay? And they make H11B and the H1. So right here, you can see this is the H1. This is held on. This is for the high beam. It's a little bit more of a funny looking tab here, okay? You just kind of have to push down right here and it just pops right free. Now it's got a funny little pin in there. That's kind of a pain in the butt. As you can see, I placed both of the weather protectors. I lay my bulbs down on both of those so I can keep them in order. And right here, we're going to go ahead and this way we're not mixing things up, okay? Very important. Don't want to mix anything up. So let's go back over to this passenger side and see what is going on. Usually, you're not going to have to take this battery out. You should be able to wiggle in there and get to it. But there's one thing that threw me off here and that most people don't know. If you take a look down here, you can see both of these bulbs aren't like most vehicles. Both of these bulbs to release must be rotated clockwise, not both, inward or the same direction. They're the same for both sides, which is kind of different than most setups. But you can actually get down in here and I get a pretty good view. I actually got it out here. You can see this is the passenger side I'm back on. I'm just comparing the two. So you can see how they're the identical setup. So they both have to be released toward the vehicle or clockwise. That is what releases the H11B bulb, okay? You see how it slides into position? And now we're gonna go back to the passenger side since that was easier to access. Same way with both of the weatherproof covers. They both have to be rotated one direction to come off and one direction to retighten. Make sure you don't lose the O-ring. It shouldn't be too bad. These are all the tools I actually had to use right there. Kind of blew my mind, I know, just to get this off. I actually had to break some of that plastic off of that one just to get it to release. It was hung up in there. I'm not sure what happened. So right here, I'm going over the positioning. You've got to go, like I said, clockwise for both lights, especially crazy setup, I know. Both lights clockwise to release passenger and driver side. Right here's a good view of the driver's side. You can see I don't really know what's grabbing onto it, but I can't get it out. I tried everything, so I end up having to pull the battery out, which isn't too bad. You can easily get the battery out with a 12mm socket to get down to the bottom part of the battery bracket. You release the bracket, you can wiggle it out. you technically don't have to remove the battery. Your bulb should come free. If not, battery's got to come out, and you got to do it that way. It's two 10 millimeters to take the battery out, and there you go. Right here, I'm going over the clips in detail. You have a little clip, and it has a little adjuster piece, and it hooks to it right there. What you need to do is you need to simply go in there. It should be a pretty good view here. As you see, I go in there, you can kind of finagle that clip off right here. Now, it's a little tricky. You can try to finagle it around the wires. I started to do that at first, and then I realized, hey, it's just easier to unplug the bulb first. It gives you more room. You flip that little metal bracket right back, and there you go. It pops out. The H1 comes right into your hand, and boom, you pop it right off right there. And to put it back in, real similar, I'm going to show you right now. I'm actually going to show you on the passenger side first. It looks like here, this is the H1 for the high beam. Don't forget, I'm just comparing both bulbs. We're going to get ourselves out a brand new, fresh Sylvania bulb here, and we're going to get it on in there. Hopefully, if you pay attention carefully, you can see what I mean. So, like I said, we're using the Sylvania Silver Star Ultra today. This is what I recommend. Highly visible, great for the vehicle. Got the little blue tone on the end. So you take it right here, you see your little clip. I don't advise plugging this in first. I figured this out the hard way. To plug it in first, you have trouble getting the tab back over. So push the bulb in first. You take that little metal bracket. If you look right here, see how I got it hanging? I got it plugged in. Don't do that. Simply stick that right back in first, like this. Keep the plug off of it for now. And then you can actually wiggle that little metal retainer clip right back onto that bracket. Once you got it secured down, there's a piece on the bottom and the top. It goes around the far hook. Let me see if you can get a pretty good view right here, I believe. Yeah, right there. You can actually see I was able to actually I'm trying to work it and finagle it around the wire here. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have a video. I just kind of winged it. But right here, I decided to unplug it, I believe. Let me make sure I'm correct on that. So you unplug it, and it gives you pretty easy access. So once it's unplugged, like I'm doing right now, I'll go ahead and unplug it. After I'm done trying to spend 3 minutes finagling it around it, which I just did, I was able to finagle it around the wire, and you hook it right in right there perfectly, and it clips right into place, and then boom, you're all done. Both pieces are held down tight, nice and tight. And actually go back to verify this at the end because I wasn't sure if I had the bottom piece held in firmly and tightly, but I did. I had it good. That was for the high beam right here. Don't forget the H1. So that is now securely locked in. And then you put the cap back on. You place the cap back on. And remember, this is going to be reverse because I've got my camera at this angle. So you're going to take it, and the cap tightens back up in a counterclockwise position. So same way here, I'm putting the back cap on. We're still on the passenger side. You stick the cap on. Make sure it lines up flush. When it lines up flush, like I have it right here. So it takes me a few attempts because I don't have it quite flush, and I'm wiggling my hand in. Once you have it flush, you can kind of feel the locking tabs lock in. Once they lock into place, you kind of just guide it right back in counterclockwise. See, I'm still finagling it. There we go. Perfect. I can feel it lock, and there you go. We twist it right back counterclockwise, and it snips right in there. See right here, I have the low beam in. You can see right now, sorry, the high beam. I have the high beam in. You can see I've decided to unplug it first. And you can see that little piece of that hook. The bottom piece hooks in there, and the top piece goes over and hooks in. Then you just take the plug and you clip the high beam right back. It just snips right in, and boom, you're all set. That actually worked out pretty well with it unplugged. Just want to check it, make sure everything's snug and secure. Now, take this note. This is not like the Mercedes. You don't have to undo the screws or loosen any of the screws. This just simply has a hook, kind of like a hooking tab. Make sure both pieces hold that metal bracket down so it has the proper secure bracket. And there you go. So I'm double checking my tab here. You just push down with your finger right there on that little piece. You can give it a little push, and that is what releases the lock. Push down and lift up, and it will release the locking mechanism. And you can pull that directly out. I do recommend unplugging it first. And right here, I'm going back. I'm going to show you the low beam again. This is the H11B. This is the one that's a pain. And as I was explaining earlier, both of these, you want to remove them. They both go counterclockwise. They're not different just because it's an opposite side. And then we'll go ahead. So the smaller cap goes in the front, right here, and you just line it up. And same way, as you can see, you get a nice firm lock. You can feel when it kind of glides into place, and you're just going to kind of snip it right back in. Clockwise, remember this is reverse, so I put it back on and kind of rotated. I believe it was clockwise. Let me double check. Yep, same way. It was counterclockwise, I apologize. Counterclockwise, right here, same way. You go back in and you get it level, and this is for the high beam, and counterclockwise, it snips in, and that keeps the weather out. That is the passenger side complete. Looks good. We're gonna go ahead and secure the old bulbs, and don't forget, go ahead and put your coolant reservoir tank right back in position, and get your two 10mm bolts for now. Secure them lightly by hand, because you want to make sure, we're going to go ahead and test this first. So get your two 10mm, put them in by hand, because we don't want to have it too tight, right? We want to be able to check them before we go bolting everything back down with my Milwaukee M12 ratchet. I love that ratchet, guys. It's one of the best lightweight ratchets they are. As you can see, I have my battery pulled because of this issue I'm having here with the driver's side. This was a real fight. This thing really gave me some struggle. I had to literally break it out. And I'm double checking this bulb too, because I did it with the plug on there. I was able to wiggle it around. But to make it easier, take a note. I try and help you guys out. Really, guys and gals, like I said, this gave me a heck of a time. You know, it's just one basic little step I didn't do. You can leave it unplugged, but I just go to check it. I'm not sure I had it right. So I pull the tab back off, and I realized, oh, we're locked in. So there's a piece on the bottom and on the top that'll actually hold the metal part of that bulb in tightly and securely, and it works really nice. If they're not held in by both top and bottom, it won't lock into place. I check it. I found out, hey, I got it right. Put the locking tab, weatherproof tab back on, turn it to the left, boom, we're done. Like I said, counterclockwise to lock the weather guards with the protector with the ring is counterclockwise to lock and clockwise to unlock. Bulbs, same way. Clockwise unlock, both sides too, so don't forget it. That's what is a little different here. Both sides are a little different. So I check it, of course, before I put everything back on. We're checking the lights. They're beautiful, shining like they should be. I was able to get the other one out. It looked really nice. I checked the high beam, checked the low beam. I got the battery back in. I show right here. Make sure you don't forget to secure right here with my Milwaukee M12 ratchet, the two 10mm bolts, which I do. I secure both of those back in tight for the coolant reservoir. And then we're going to work back over and finish securing everything with the battery bracket now that we know everything's working properly on the driver's side. Take your two 10mm, secure it. Right there's the 12mm for the bracket that holds down everything in there. I did not have to remove the air box. It's probably easier. It's just a couple bolts that pops right off. I was able to do it without removing it. Either way, there you go. I got a perfect installation ready to rock. I just finished doing my quick visual checks. You can see high beams looking good. Customer extremely happy. And this is exactly how you do all your lights. You don't have to remove the battery. I did a lot of extra steps here to show you, and because mine was stuck. If you do this right, no issues once everything's secure. All right, so it looks like we're done. That's what we came here to do with a clean install, no bumper removal, no wasted trips to the auto store, no wasted time. All four bulbs in, brand new, looking good. Got the battery holder back in. We're all set. So don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, ring that bell. Don't forget my next 100% live streamed auto repair. I hope you like this edited video. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.